Do you ever feel like you were made for more? Do you feel called to something, but your beliefs about yourself, God, others, or your circumstances keep you from stepping out in faith to pursue what you feel God placing on your heart? If so, keep listening because today's episode is for you. Welcome to episode 14 of the Janie Baran Show. I'm here to help you live your most vibrant life with intention and purpose so that you can become all that God created you to be. I'm your host, Janie Baran. Thank you so much for listening in today, whether on YouTube or podcast. I'm glad you're here. Because of God and who He is, you, my friend, have an identity that can never be shaken. Let's just take a moment to really let that sink in. No matter what your future holds, what you do, who comes in or out of your life, what happens to you, your true self, your identity will always remain firm. It can't be taken away. I don't know about you, but that is pretty exciting news to me. As you journey toward a vibrant life and begin to fully take on your true identity, there will be a shift that will need to happen. You see, we as humans must live a life that is consistent with what we believe our identity is. Many of us have taken on identities over the years that have kept us from becoming all that God created us to be. If, for example, you have taken on the belief that you are a quitter, then when things get hard, you'll quit so that you remain consistent with your belief about yourself. If you believe you're a liar, then you will continue to tell lies so that you remain consistent with that belief about your identity. False beliefs severely limit us. I believe that God created each one of us for greatness. Not our own greatness, but His greatness, moving in us to do great things for His glory. But I also have observed that many of us never fully live the life that God created for us and intended us to live. That's because we limit ourselves through our false beliefs. That person who tells himself that he's a liar has the ability to tell the truth, just like any of us. But because he tells himself he can't, he limits himself and remains someone who tells lies. God never intended us to make up beliefs about who we are and live out of those small and often harmful beliefs. We were made to know Him, listen to Him, and live in Him. When we choose to lean into our true identity and believe that what God says about us is true, there's really no limit to what is possible. In His strength, all things are possible. We were never meant to live a life or have an identity outside of Him. We were never meant to try to do things on our own or in our own identity and strength. We were made to rest in His love at all times. We were created to move forward and depend on His strength in everything we're asked to do. He died for us on the cross so that we could walk in freedom, free from shame, every day of our lives. So why then Do we seek out love and acceptance from other people and sources as if we aren't already perfectly and fully loved? Why do we exhaust ourselves trying to be good enough and perfect enough in our own strength when we have all His power and strength available to us? Why do we walk around in shame for past or present mistakes and choices made instead of leaving that all at the foot of the cross? We already have everything we need to live the life God created us to live. We have Him. If we are going to have beliefs about ourselves, regardless, why not ground our beliefs in truth? Our limiting beliefs about ourselves aren't doing us any good. They may feel comfortable because we already believe them and don't have to challenge ourselves if we continue to believe them. But they are holding us back from so much freedom and life and purpose. Romans 12:2 says, "Don't copy the behavior and customs of this world, but let God transform you into a new person by changing the way you think. Then you will learn to know God's will for you, which is good and pleasing and perfect." What are those beliefs that are holding you back from doing the things you feel called to? What lies do you listen to that keep telling you that you are not enough or that you can't do it? What beliefs about your circumstances cause you to feel like a victim rather than a victor? What ideas have you formed about others that keep you from being close to them, or maybe keep you too close when you need to walk away? It's time to start replacing these limiting and false beliefs with God's truths. When we choose to believe Him, we are empowered to live life fully in Him without hindrance. When we choose to believe Him, we are free. So, what beliefs about yourself, God, others, or circumstances are currently keeping you from living the life of purpose that you were created for? What truth are you going to replace it for today? Leave me a comment. I would love to know. Hey, if you want a head start in your journey to becoming the person God created you to be, I've made some printable journal pages that are yours for free. You can go to janiebaran.com/journal page, or if you're listening on YouTube, the link is in the description. Download those and use them each morning to really start your day off right. All right, guys, I hope you have a great week.